Hello, folks. Joshua Blocker here with Blocker Ministries. Welcome, welcome. The topic I was liking to talk about today is simply the title of it, I guess, would be this: is you have 5 minutes to live, and it goes back to a real situation that happened on the job 20 some years ago, and so it was a crash or a traffic accident, if you will, that happened about 20 years ago in town. And I won't give you the specifics in case there's family or somebody that you know that may have been involved with that. But the situation around it is actually true, and it's a very serious point. And it boils down to a lot of things that we can do in our life setting that we can resolve within a short amount of time, as long as we remove one thing, and that's pride. Pride gets in our lives and gets in our way and starts eating at us and basically preventing us from doing things that we want to do, that are glorifying to God and to getting our lives back on track. So the gist of the story is this, and I've said this to many different youth groups and different church functions and many different levels of aspects of the church to get the point across, and it's been a very powerful tool. So you have 5 minutes, and that's the gist of it. So the situation, the background behind it is basically a female was driving, and a spider come off the visor and was dangling down and scared her. In this case, she basically was driving along. A spider had come down. It startled her, scared her, so she swerved into oncoming traffic. And in doing so, it was a head-on collision with another car. During this aspect, she was in a position where she was basically compressed and pinned between the two vehicles, if you will, and during the process of potentially removing her, would have released the pressure off of her, and she was going to expire or die soon. True situation. And so family was notified, and she had a few family friends there within a short amount of time to be able to say their last few words together, say their last few comments or whatever they wanted to get across within that short amount of time. Once that had been done, obviously we're not going to be able to sit there for a long period of time. Vehicles were removed and pulled apart, and then she expired and died recently with that time frame. So the gist is this, and you can do this on yourselves. Just set a timepiece or a clock and set it for 5 minutes. You have now 5 minutes to live. Who do you want to talk to? What do you want to say? Who do you want to be there while you're passing? What comments do you want to make? Who do you want to forgive? Who do you want to reach out to? Who do you want to say I'm sorry to? Who do you want to basically give words of encouragement to? Is there someone in your life that you want to give your last 2 cents to in regards to I love you, or I want this for your life, or what have you? I mean, there's a lot of things that can go into your mind. So think about it. Within the last 5 minutes of your life, what do you want to say? What do you want to do? And I can tell you this much: in the time that I've dealt with this, the time that I've dealt with it personally, the time that I've dealt with it in a professional setting, when I present this types of situations and facts, we boil down to this. Say you've had a burning conflict with somebody. You've not dealt with this guy for 10, 15, 20 years. You've got an issue with this person, but you've got 5 minutes to live. And so with that being said, now you are in a position to where you want to forgive them or have them forgive you, or basically you're wanting to reach out to them and resolve that conflict before you die. It's that serious. So what has taken you 20 years of hardship, 20 years of resentment, 20 years of animosity, 20 years of being at each other's throats, within 5 minutes it's resolved by simply saying, I'm sorry, would you forgive me? It's that easy. You reached out to this person, you've now forgiven them, or you've reached out and you've now said what desires you have for their life. This is where I see you at. This is where I see your daughter, your son, how you reached out to them, your wife. What's your last words? And you have 5 minutes to provide that information. So if you look at life in that regards, You look at all your problems and your difficulties in that regards, that you have 5 minutes to live. How are you going to resolve it? What are you going to say? Who are you going to talk to? Is it going to be glorifying to God? You are going to meet your Maker within 5 minutes. Are you right with God? Do you know where you're going when you die? Those are big questions, and those are things you need to answer before that moment happens, because you may not have the luxury of having 5 minutes. It may be instantly. There's many situations. Life is but a vapor, and being in law enforcement and being in this type of a field, you talk to somebody 1 minute and the next minute they're gone. And so it's a serious matter, and to know where your eternity lies and who holds those cards is a big deal. So just something to think about, something to stew over, something to just meditate, basically just get down to the nuts and bolts of things of where life is when you die. Where you're going to be spending eternity, and who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to forgive? Who do you want to resolve conflicts with? So those are something to think about, okay? Just something I thought about. I just thought I'd reach out to y'all, put it out there. I hadn't put it out there for about a week or more, and so I just thought I'd lift it up there. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. If you have any questions about that, and hopefully it didn't offend anybody or hurt anybody, that was not my intention. So just something to stew over, okay? Love you guys. Guys, be safe. See you on the flip side.